In a quiet town, nestled among old trees and winding streets, lived a man named Elias. Though he was blind, there was something about him that made you stop and look twice. Elias was around 40, tall and well-built, with a calm and dignified presence that seemed unshakable. His clothes were simple but tidy. Even though his eyes couldn't see the world, his face carried a confidence, a maturity, and a peaceful strength that was deeply felt by everyone around him. When he walked, his posture was straight, his steps slow but firm, guided by a wooden cane and an inner certainty that few sighted people ever find. But Elias hadn't always been this way. He hadn't always been blind. Years ago, he was a successful architect in a bustling city. He designed magnificent buildings, earned a handsome income, and lived a fast-paced life filled with pride and ambition. He believed success was about power, fame, and being better than everyone else. He judged people by their clothes, their status, and their wealth, blind to the things that truly mattered. Then one night, everything changed in an instant. While driving home late, distracted by his phone and his soaring ego, Elias was involved in a terrible accident. He survived, but when he woke up, the world he knew was gone. He had lost his eyesight forever. At first, Elias's world completely collapsed. He locked himself in a darkness that was more than just physical. It was a darkness of despair, a void where hope could not survive. He refused help, pushed away his friends, and cursed his fate every single day. He would shout into the emptiness, "What is a man without eyes? I am useless." His anger was a shield, protecting a heart broken by loss. But life has its own unique way of teaching us the lessons we need to learn. After months lost in a deep depression, Elias made a decision. He moved back to his hometown, a world away from the city that constantly reminded him of everything he had lost. He rented a small, simple house near a park and began to live quietly, away from the noise and judgment of his former life. Every morning, like a ritual, Elias would walk slowly to a bench under a huge, old banyan tree. He would just sit there for hours, not doing anything, but simply listening. He listened to the sound of children laughing as they played, the melody of birds singing in the branches above, the rustling of leaves dancing in the wind, and the rhythm of footsteps passing by on the path. Slowly, without even realizing it, Elias began to see life in a completely different way. The world was no longer a collection of images, but a symphony of sounds, feelings, and moments. One day, a young boy named Noah came and sat beside him. Mr. Noah asked with a child's pure curiosity, "Why do you always sit here?" Elias turned his face towards the boy's voice and offered a gentle smile. "Because this place speaks," he said. The boy laughed, a bright, clear sound. "But it's just a tree," Elias replied softly. "To the eyes, yes, but to the heart, it's a teacher." From that day on, Noah came to the bench every afternoon. He would ask endless questions, and Elias would answer not like a distant teacher, but like a friend who had learned profound truths through great pain. And soon more people started noticing the calm, blind man under the banyan tree. One evening, a tired shopkeeper sat beside him and began complaining about his money problems. Elias listened patiently, absorbing every word. When the man finished, Elias said quietly, "Gold makes the hands busy, but it doesn't make the heart peaceful. True wealth is found in balance." Another time, a woman sat near him, her shoulders shaking with silent sobs over a painful betrayal. Elias offered her a simple truth. People reveal their true selves not when they make promises, but when they are tested by hardship. Word began to spread through the town about the blind man who seemed to understand life better than anyone else. His bench under the banyan tree became an unofficial sanctuary for those seeking clarity and peace. One afternoon, a rich businessman named Victor approached Elias. Victor was proud, loud, and impatient, a man used to getting his way. "People say you are wise," Victor said, his voice dripping with mockery. "But tell me, how can a blind man possibly know the truth of life?" Elias turned his face toward Victor's voice and smiled calmly, unbothered by the man's arrogance. "I lost my eyes," he said, his voice steady, "so I was forced to open everything else." Victor let out a short, dismissive laugh. "I can see everything, and I'm still a success." Elias's reply was gentle but sharp. "You see faces, but you don't see intentions. You see roads, but you don't see the final destination. That is the difference between us." Victor was speechless. He stormed away, but the words lingered in his mind. Days later, he returned to the bench. This time, he was a broken man. His business partner had betrayed him, his fortune was slipping through his fingers, and his world was crumbling. "I was the one who was blind," Victor admitted quietly, his pride shattered. "Not you." Elias placed a reassuring hand on Victor's shoulder. "Pain has a purpose," he said. "It removes our illusions. Accept the lesson it offers, but do not hold on to the bitterness. As the years passed, Elias became a pillar of the community. He helped without ever expecting praise. He spoke without judgment. He guided without trying to control. Despite being blind, his appearance remained dignified and strong. His calm voice, thoughtful words, and mature presence made people feel safe and understood. Women respected him, men admired him, and children trusted him completely. He was the town's quiet heart. One evening, Noah, a thoughtful young teenager, sat with Elias and asked a question that had been on his mind for a long time. "Do you ever wish you could see again?" Elias paused, a long silence stretching between them. Then he spoke, his voice filled with a profound sense of peace. "I once saw the world," he said slowly, "and I was blind to kindness, to patience, and to gratitude. Now, I see all three of them clearly every single day. So tell me, Noah, what did I really lose?" Noah had no answer. Years later, when Elias passed away peacefully in his sleep, the entire town gathered under that same old banyan tree to remember him. They didn't build a grand monument. Instead, they placed a simple stone at the foot of the tree, with just a few words carved into it. He had no sight, yet he showed us the way, and in that quiet town, people learned an unforgettable truth that Elias had spent his life discovering. Eyes can see the world, but only wisdom can truly see life. Thanks for watching. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that inspires. We'll see you in the next video.